up, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to be talking about the subject of battle belts. So before we get into that, you can see we're in a different area. We're inside my house. It's really windy outside, and I didn't want to deal with all that and the audio being jacked up. I tried. Even with the windsock, it was getting loud. And also, I don't have close neighbors, but still, you can hear the mowers and blowers and stuff like that. So we're just going to stage in here for right now, get this knocked out, and we'll roll with it from in here. So, and it's hot up here, so just trying to bring the best I can for you. And we'll just, like always, man, as the Marine Corps always said, we got to be Semper Gumby, always flexible, adapt, improvise, and overcome. And that's what we're doing. All right, so let's get into it. Well, before we get into that, another topic I wanted to hit on. I'm starting a new thing, maybe like a Q&A, and I need y'all to go in the comments section and just do some like questions or whatever you have, pertinent things in life that you have any questions on, or anything that you have philosophical, spiritual, whatever type of thoughts or questions that you have. Just go ahead and throw them out there, and I'll do my best to be able to answer them. And with this Q&A, maybe we could turn it into like a, I don't know, like a little side thing that we could do. Maybe it could be like little nuggets of knowledge with Nuge or something, and that's what we'll call it. I'm trying to brainstorm with it, but get in there with the questions, all right? We'll get in them, we'll tackle them, and we'll go through them. So get in the bottom, ask questions. I'll get answers. The best way we get into dialogues and everything like that is when we talk about things or we have questions about things. And it also makes really good content when you have a question and answer type deal. You're able to really find out who you are, and then you can really find out who I am, and we can kind of hash through things a little bit better. Do it. Also, you can go to the Patreon and you can ask questions there. Go to the Patreon. If you sign up as a member, you can do that. If not, whatever. But you could go there, and there's a place to set comments there. You can ask questions there also. So hit the Patreon up and hit that. All right. I digress into the period of instruction for today is this good old thing called a battle belt. All right. So I'm going to get this up here so you can see it in all its glory, right? Let me drop that. All right. So let's just take a little roundabout. All right, and I'm going to go over everything on this bad boy so you'll know why I have everything incorporated on here. You'll have to figure out for you and why you would need the things, all right, and trial, error, training, stuff like that to be able to figure that out. But then also, I'm going to go ahead and divulge on why I think it is a good idea to have a battle belt and when it's not a good idea to have one. So, first off, why get one of these bad boys? What's a battle belt good for? Well, number one, you can just strap it on your hip, go, fly, do what you need to it. Carry some essential gear, and you're able to do what you need to carry out a short, small mission if you need to do that, or protecting family or whatever you're doing around your home, right? I didn't have these in my early time in the Marine Corps. Later on, I never got them when I got out, but when I did security for corporate America, we ended up being able to incorporate these, and these were awesome to me. I loved them. Now, in the military, I don't know if I would have liked it all the time. It would have been something that would have been good for on base where I'm dropping my plate carrier and I'm not going to have all my stuff with me the whole time. I would rather carry this around and put this on and do what I need to around base while having my rifle slung with me, right? So I would want this to be able to fight back to my plate carrier, to get my plate carrier, don it, and then get back into the battle, right? Or in the fight, however I need to, right? So that's one reason why I would not want or would want one, was back at home base type deal, right? That's what I would use it for. Or if I had a patrol type job where I had to sit a lot, or if I didn't want to have everything weighed on my plate carrier because that's very bad on your back. It wears on your back. So I would like to have this if I had to wear every day something. Now, if I was going on a mission, I wouldn't want this. I'd want my plate carrier to have everything on it so I can move forward and do what I need to with that. And some people argue which way is best. For me, it's what works for you. What works for me is to have my plate carrier all filled out and run with that bad boy, and then I don't have to have anything around my waist, because sometimes when you have stuff on your waist, like I like mine a little bulky, you can't get your hip flexors to engage as good all the time. And I know I'm getting technical and some people are going to be like, oh, you're nonsense, but it's what works for me and how it worked for me, all right? I love my battle belt But if I'm going out for a mission and I'm going to go do patrols for a long period of time, for like a few days, I don't want a battle belt. It's just too much. I'd rather have a day pack and a flak or a plate carrier, right? All right, so now let's get into what I use this for. Well, I use this to stage with my rifle. I normally keep it in my vehicle if I'm driving, or if I'm somewhere, it goes with me. It's something that I carry with me all the time, so I have it to be able to do essential work that I need to. When I'm on the range, if I'm training or if I'm instructing, I have my battle belt on. Why? Because I can't be carrying all this other stuff all the time, and it's really good to have this. I have my first aid kit. I have everything I need to get to, and I can get to it, or I can dismount it real quick, right? Or drop it real quick to be able to get to my first aid kit to help somebody else or whatever, right? So that's what I like it for. All right, now let's get into what I have on it and why I have what I have on it. So first off, you can see, hold on one second, this is how I carry my belt. You'll see first, we'll go ahead and start with that, is the drop leg. It's only a short drop leg because I don't like a long one. I don't want one all the way down to my hip. I want one kind of, or down at my knee. I want one kind of close to my hip. I don't want it on my belt. I want it down a little bit, all right? So I have my pistol with that's a simple Safariland. I could get a tan one. It's I think that's a G-code mount that's on there, so I can take it off and on easy. And also it's got one strap for my thigh. I like it strapped in because I can move and run and do what I need to. And it stays out of the way. All right, so right here on the front left is my non-dominant hand, excuse me. And that is where I have my pistol mags for reloads. So I'll have those, I'll be able to utilize those and get to those. Back one more is my mag for my AR. I always have an extra AR mag, all right? I love these mag pouches, the Fast Mags, they're great. These are taco mags for my pistols. They're all right. I've had better ones, but these are what I run on these because I just have been lazy and haven't taken them off yet. They work. I haven't had one fall out of here. When I wore the AR mag tacos, they fell out. My mags fell out all the time. So maybe if I do a video on my plate carrier, I'll show you that. And everything I have is pretty minimalistic and simple. I don't like to do all the craziness, all right? All right, back to the next. I have my med kit, which has some shears in the back that I can grab. Inside my med kit is just a rip down, and it's got everything in there from decompression needles, tape, IFAKs, all that stuff. Tourniquet, an extra tourniquet, because I have another tourniquet on my plate carrier. So we roll that way with that. I like the back of my belt. Let me get this. It's cumbersome. I like the back of my belt clean, as you can see. I don't have anything really there. Only thing that kind of gets in the way is this, but I really like a large med kit. Some people like them thinner. I want to move it over. I probably will move it over to this side more because in a vehicle, when you're doing vehicle training, you don't want anything on your back. You know, the butt packs and all that stuff, they just get in the way, and you can't mount or dismount effectively. You're all slug up into the dash, and I got really long knees, so I'm always in a dash anyway, so I like to have it not there. I've got one Kim marking light that goes on this radio pouch. All right, so I have my radio pouch. It carries my comms. I like my comms on my battle belt unless I got another pouch on my plate carrier. But I like my radio on my battle belt. It's down, I can turn around and look at it if I need to, change channels, I can grab it, pull it out. This folds down and it's in a pouch. I normally just pull it straight out and utilize it, all right? That's what I do with my radio pouches. I have dump pouches that I have. I don't keep dump pouches on here. I put a dump pouch on normally only when I do range time, and it's only normally right here is where I'll put it. No, not right here, sorry, that's where my pistol's at, right here on the back, on the very back. I'll have it right there. And I'll just run that bad boy to be able to put Twinkies and Ho-Hos and all that stuff, because you don't ever put gear in there. You always put like snacks and whatever. That's what ends up in your mag pouches, or not your mag pouches, but your dump pouches. All right, so I have an Essie knife. I love this knife. I've had it for a long time. I've used a few of them. They're really good bush knives. I always have one on my plate or on my battle belt because I need that with me, because if I'm wearing this all the time, it's normally like a brush situation or I'm out in the field or whatnot, and I will be having to utilize a brush knife for something, all right? So like I said, there's my drop leg right there on the side. Now, I have my Leatherman that's right here. That's my multi-tool. I do not use this knife for a multi-tool. I don't use it to do stuff like that. Any type of tightening screws or anything, that right, this has its own certain job. Like helping me cut down trees and make kindling and stuff like that. That's what that's for. Excuse me, guys. Throat's getting dry. God, wet the whistle. All right, back at it. So this is a Leatherman multi-tool. I use it for everything. I always have one. I can use it for any MacGyver thing that comes up at me. I'll be able to tackle it and handle it and everything like that. All right. So that's simple, guys. I got this little Cobra clip. You know, it's not a big deal. Just everybody, I think everybody wears them or has them on their belts now. That's just what I have, and that's simple. All right. I don't have anything else to tell you about it except for that's that. Oh, another one is like some people like to have just run this belt, this web belt in here. I don't like that. So I got this one, this, whatchamacallit. Oh, what is this belt? It's a HSGI. I don't know which one it is. Anyways, it's a SHGI. I don't know which belt it is, but it has the padding in it. Some people don't like that padding. I like it because if I'm wearing one, I'm wearing it a long period of time, and I don't want it digging into my hips. I'm getting old. I'm 41. I like my stuff to be as comfortable as I can if I'm going to have to be out in the nastiness anyways. I'm no longer 20, 25 when I didn't care and I could just suck it up all the time. I like some creature comforts. All right, so padding to me is something I want. I don't want to have a unpadded belt. All right, so that's it, guys. That's my battle belt. Don't have to add anything crazy to it. Get out there and add what you need to it for what your mission critical stuff is. Mine isn't mission critical. It's more, how am I going to help my family utilize in areas where it's just close to home. I'm not doing corporate security anymore. I'm not doing in the military anymore. I'm not doing any of that stuff. So I don't have those missions to have to put some craziness on there. Mine is pretty much just like jack of all trades, right? I got to be able to have everything on there. Not everything, but the critical stuff. So I'll be able to carry out what I need to carry out for whatever situation comes at me. It's not hard, guys. Just get you a battle belt, get you your basic stuff, and then as you can, build onto it. It's not difficult at all. The most difficult thing is getting it and then training with it, and then finding out what works, what doesn't work, how you need to hide, or what you need to add, what you need to take away, where you need to move it, where you need to position it on your body. All right. So that's the biggest things, man. If you can get past the whole nonsense of trying to look cool and just find out how to make it to work for you, you'll be all right. That's all it's about. Finding how it works for you. That's all it is. All right, guys. All right. Excuse me. I don't have anything else to add on that. Thanks for watching this period of instruction. Get out there, share this, like it, whatever you can do with it. And hopefully we'll be able to get everything where people can understand these things and get out there and actually utilize them. And we can be more proficient as men, what we're going through. All right, guys. All right. Take this, use it, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay Oscar Mike.